So I wanted to share in more detail how I dry my basil. I had basil planted between my tomato, cucumbers, um, and I think that's it. So this year, and well, I've done that every year, but this year I paid really close attention to my frequency of picking my basil because I really wanted to have some fresh basil in the latter part of the season, and I still have plenty out back, but I actually harvested this morning, rinsed it, and I've also pulled the larger leaves from the stems. And my next step is to is then to dry it as much as I can without just sort of flattening it too much. But I just take a paper towel and I gently press across. And then I'll let this sit for a minute or two. Well, actually, more like about 15 minutes. And then I will then place it into the oven. I have the oven set at 185, and then I'll leave it in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes, to be sure, I'll leave it for about an hour and 10 minutes. But within that time, about half that time, I also will rotate it, just flip it, just with a spatula, because I want to make sure that I have even distribution of heat. Because one thing you don't want is basil that has that's almost dry, not quite, and then you prepare to put it into jars and then you get mold, and that's what you don't want. But it's a very easy process. I would like to do the same, but not baking, but I want to dry sage, and I have not done that this year, so I'm trying to grow it before the end of the season. And I may have to bring it indoors, not sure, but that's a different process. But with basil, I can bake it. I'll show you basil that I've already started to place into a jar. So this is it after it's dried, and then I've crunched it up and put it into a jar. So the thing is, after I pull this out of the oven, I'm then going to allow it then to dry even further. I normally wait another 24 hours before then I'm ready to, to crunch it up and make some beautiful basil for cooking, pestos and other delicious dishes. So that's it for now.